As I said before, I love co-op. There's something to be said about a group of friends working together to triumph over something that none of them could accomplish alone. Also, as you're all probably aware, in the spirit of co-op, this countdown is going to be voiced by select individuals who auditioned to be a part of this video. Now, here comes the unfun part, the rules. I'm going to exclude MMOs from this list. Also, the games can't be team-based, so unfortunately, as much as it promotes teamwork, I'm going to have to disqualify Team Fortress 2. Also, these games need to be co-op games, not have co-op modes. So I'm going to have to disqualify Portal 2 and all of the Call of Duty games. Also, I obviously have to be readily able to get the footage, so no arcade shooters like Time Crisis. And with all that said,
let's get started!
The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords was a great game. It instills both cooperation and competition, has creative puzzles and challenges, and forces you to communicate with your buddy to succeed. Admittedly, 4 Swords isn't very Zelda-ish. Don't get me wrong, it's really fun, but it's only really fun with a friend. And it's short. And I mean really short. So what if they made it bigger? Four Swords Adventures took the original concept of Four Swords and went through the roof with it. The graphics looked better, the puzzles were better, and just the darn everything about this game was better. The only downside is that in order to get the full experience, you need 4 Game Boy Advance to GameCube cables and 4 Game Boy Advances. Gimmicky and unnecessary, yes, but it's so freaking cool if you can get it all up and running. The co-op works very well and does allow for mild competition, but you have to work together. Some obstacles and bosses need more than just one link doing all the dirty work. The bosses aren't quite as creative as some other bosses in Zelda series, but some of them still do have that Zelda magic. This game is easily the definitive co-op Zelda game, even more so than the remake of the original on the DSiWare.
Mario Kart Double Dash. By far my favorite Mario Kart. This series has always been multiplayer friendly, but it really hit home run with the GameCube installment. Sure, there's the obvious driving bit of the gameplay, but Double Dash enhances the possibilities by a great deal. Besides the stellar and creative track designs, everyone knows about the co-op driving formula, which is unique in its own right. But Double Dash also features special items unique to every character duo. For example, the Mario Bros have the Fireball, the Toads have the Golden Mushroom, and the Baby Mario Bros have... Okay, I don't get it. You can choose characters from different rosters to add more item-based variety. How does this add to the co-op experience? Simple. It gives you mixed variables which can affect the whole race. The formula Double Dash gives is unique and far from bland, which is more than what can be said about other racing games. Yeah.
There are few games that are able to mix addictive gameplay and comedy. Castle Crashers is one of them. With dozens of characters to choose from with their own special abilities, the game depicts a very vivid cartoonish setting with hilarious comic violence, as well as being able to combine RPG elements with a classic beat-em-up transition. Of course, when you think of an RPG with a co-op mode, you kinda get skeptical, but Castle Crashers uses this very simple system to raise your character's attributes according to your playstyle. You increase your health, your defense, your attack, or even magic, as well as unlocking new spells. You are bound to work with your partner if you want to make it through the game. However, this comes with a twist. Since you're 4 knights and were sent out to rescue 4 princesses, you'll have to fight to the death with whomever you're playing in order to get the princesses. If you like Turtles in Time, then you'll love this game. It's charming, silly, and you get the satisfaction of fighting endless hordes of enemies, and eventually fighting against your friend and getting the girl, even if you get your mind violated straight afterwards.
The 7th spot on this list goes to a little PC game known as Magica. What the hell is Magica, you say? freaking awesome! It takes a lot of aspects from other games such as Diablo, Gauntlet, and Dungeon Siege, but adds a bit of cleverness to it. You kill enemies with 8 different kinds of spells, which can be mixed and matched to create new spells. Combine fire and rock to create boulders of flame. Combine shield and arcane to make booby traps. Combine 5 arcanes to make and when you have your mates with you, it's one hell of a party. Assuming you don't accidentally kill the other guy. And I hope you like pop culture references, because this game goes a little crazy with them. The game just sucks you in with its unique charm and fun gameplay. The only thing I can personally find strange is the character designs and cover art remind me of something. What could it be? Oh, it's 4 Swords.
Attention all D&D and any dungeon crawler fans of the like. You want a good game to suck the time away from you without having to shell out the cash? Well, here you go. Champions of Nora. Champions of Norath is a dungeon crawler Diablo-like game based off the formerly popular MMORPG EverQuest, before WoW trolled it out of existence, and unlike its massive counterpart, it's a pretty small down-to-earth adventure involving you guessed it, saving the world. Anyways, while its single-player mode is fine, especially for you pack rats who don't like to share, its co-op mode will truly test your skills of teamwork and organization. Whether you're 2 offensive classes or a tank/damage class and a healer, you'll have to distribute loot as per who can use what drops the most and keep your rules in mind. It also has that perfect balance between not too complicated but not too simple. The classes' personalities are also mildly enjoyable, with them spouting some silly one-liners from time to time. The story doesn't make too much sense, but it's forgivable because of the sheer scope this game has, and it even takes a few one-shots that actually work. My personal favorite character is ironically the Dark Elf Shadow Knight. Raising the dead to do my bidding? I know it's not heroic, but sign me up anyway.
Necromancy has been at work here. Seems I was late for the party.
Kirby and the Amazing Mirror is a great game. It takes the Kirby series formula and perfectly blends it into a co-op game. But that's not what you want to see, right? No, you want to see Kirby's Return to Dreamland. One of the many reasons this game's better than Amazing Mirror is because you don't need Nintendo's money-grubbing Game Link cables to play it. The game doesn't really tread new ground, but it doesn't need to. It expands, balances, and perfects the Kirby formula we all know and love. It creates a lot of throwbacks to old games, but it also delivers some fresh and new stuff. And even though it's got a large focus on co-op, there's still potential to be playfully annoying. All the powers are a joy to use as well. Does anyone else find it hilarious the most powerful Kirby form has a Pope hat?
Tales of Symphonia is one that flies under most people's radar, and that's pretty sad, because this is a phenomenal game. While not advertised as a co-op game, it technically qualifies. If you were a fan of Secret of Mana's multiplayer, assuming you have the patience to get that far, then you'll like this. On the cover it offers 80 hours of gameplay with just the main story. Want a break from the main storyline? Take part in the hundreds of extra content, ranging from extra dungeons to quests to minigames and even an arena. All of this alongside your friends. Everything brings more life into the characters in the game. Speaking of which, the characters really sell this game. You got the idealistic and naive Lloyd, who's just a great protagonist. You also got your goofy and loyal friend Genus, your cheery and unintentionally creepy klutz Colette, your annoyingly professional mercenary Kratos, your nerdgasming and hopeless Rain, your laughably unlucky ninja summoner Sheena, your little girl with a huge axe, Presea, Regal, a man of honor in prison for a crime he admitted, and Zelos, a modern-day playboy who has an ego to match his glam. The story is also full of so many unexpected twists and turns, and contains some surprisingly dark themes for such a cheery looking game. This game is an absolute gem that got swallowed up by all the mainstream games.
Hipster Velocities activate!
Here's what I imagine went on at Valve. Hey, you know Left 4 Dead? Yeah. I'm starting to think it isn't a horror game. I was thinking it should be more of an action title. Like this? Oh yes, this here is Left 4 Dead 2, Valve's #1 commitment to the co-op world. In this zombie slasher parody game, you and 3 friends can take the roles of 4 unlucky southerners and participate in some bloody fun. Attractions include killing zombies, lighting fires, and shooting heroin. One thing I enjoy about this game is that it rewards cooperation and punishes the players to do their own thing and ditch their comrades. Why didn't you stop the hunter from killing me? We couldn't save you because you ditched us, idiot. Valve truly are geniuses. On top of that, if you ever get bored of slaughtering zombies, you can go online and play versus mode where you get to be a zombie and fight with your zombified friends. There's just nothing like running up to somebody and barfing all over them. Oh well, got to go. It's heroin time.
If Kirby's Return to Dreamland was awesome, then Dynasty Warriors Strike Force is holy some! In Dynasty Warriors Strike Force, you team up with your friends and beat up enemies by making the laws of physics themselves your slaves! This game has it all! Moon physics, Dragon Ball Z style combat, and enemies so weak they'll all go down before you can say red shirt! And I know what you're thinking! Hey beer guy, how could this game get any more holy some? Well, in Dynasty Warriors Strike Force, you drink beer! Yes, beer! Drink beer and you can become a Super Mohawk Saiyan! In Dynasty Warriors Strike Force, power up into different crazy transformations and make your enemies more pathetic than half the pharaohs of Egypt! Some of these transformations include Terra's Esper form, a man rooster, Gandalf, and Sky Piggy, run! But never fear, your enemies aren't all weak little scarabs. You also have giant boss fights in this game, including weights. Plus, there's over 100 hours of gameplay, meaning 100 hours plus of listening to dialogue that even Sonic Adventure wouldn't laugh at. Bottom line, play Dynasty Warriors Strike Force. It's awesome, and drink beer. Seriously, it makes you go Super Saiyan.
Dark Legacy.
There is no other game that should be #1. Why? Because this game understands what co-op gaming is all about. It's about spending time with your friends and working together to accomplish an objective and just having a blast along the way. The game's simplicity makes it very approachable, and it's incredibly easy to just pick up and play. In Dark Legacy, you are a hero chosen to save the world by Saruman. No, seriously, it's friggin' Saruman. Just listen to this voice.
Once he has been banished from the realm.
Where then will you go?
Yeah, it's one of those games. What follows is some fast-paced, flashy dungeon crawler action filled with diverse locales and creatures from multiple mythologies. Zombies, dragons, genies, chimeras, it has it all. And on top of that, the music is downright wonderful, perfectly fitting for each level. I guess the only thing that really bothers me about the game is the main villain. And without spoiling anything, let's just say it was a jerk move on the developer's part. But it's just a nitpick. Gauntlet Dark Legacy is a game that will no doubt keep you and your friends occupied for a long time. I'm the Fiery Joker, and only through cooperation and friendship can the world go round!
Cut!